It's so much a part of our lives, it's kind of hard to imagine it ever not existing. But the World Wide Web wasn't just some happy accident. It was actually born from one very specific problem, and one scientist's totally radical idea to solve it. So today, we're going to get into that origin story.
I mean, seriously, think about it. Before you could just Google something in a split second, how did people share really complex information across huge distances? Picture a world with no links, no websites, not even a browser. That was reality. And for a lot of people, it was a massive headache.
And for scientists at a place like CERN, this international research hub, it was a huge bottleneck. You had all this critical data scattered across different computers in different countries, and all in completely different formats. Trying to collaborate was this slow, super frustrating process that was literally holding back science.
But sometimes that kind of frustration is exactly what sparks a breakthrough. It really just took one person to look at this tangled mess of information and imagine a simple, almost elegant solution.
And that person was Sir Tim Berners-Lee. He was a scientist at CERN, so he was feeling this pain firsthand every single day. His big idea was this radical new way to organize and link all that information, even if, at first, it was just for the people at his facility.
So, what did he actually create? This is a really important distinction to make. The World Wide Web isn't the internet. It's the information system that's built on top of the internet. A good way to think about it is the internet is like all the roads, and the web is all the houses and buildings connected by those roads. And the original goal was incredibly specific. This wasn't about creating some global marketplace or a social network. Nope. The mission, at first, was simple and powerful. Just help scientists share their work without all the hassle. Okay, but a brilliant idea is just the starting line, right? To make it a reality, Berners-Lee had to actually build the tools from scratch. This is where the concept starts to become a real working system. What's just wild is how fast this all happened. In 1989, Berners-Lee officially proposes the idea. Just 1 year later, in 1990, the first actual tools are built and working, and by 1991, it's out in the world. We're talking a 3-year sprint from a paper proposal to a global technology. It's amazing. So let's zoom in on that critical middle year. 1990 was really the year the theory became practice. It's when all the different puzzle pieces finally came together to form the first working version of the web. And this is what he actually built. In that 1 year, he created the two things you absolutely have to have: the world's first web browser, which he called World Wide Web, yeah, a little confusing, so it was later renamed Nexus, and the world's first web server, which was hosted at info.cern.ch. With a client to see the information and a server to host it, the web was officially born. But look, a tool used by a few scientists in Switzerland is one thing. It's not exactly a world-changing technology. For that to happen, one more absolutely crucial step had to be taken.
The revolution, it really, truly began in 1991. This single year is the moment that the web went from being a clever tool for a small group of people into everything we know today.
This was the year the World Wide Web was released to the public. And CERN made a decision that would define the future of the internet. They decided not to patent the technology, they wouldn't charge for it, they would just give it away to the world for free.
And the impact of that one decision was just profound. What was once this really specialized system for a handful of researchers was suddenly a universal platform for all of humanity. It was an incredible act of digital generosity, really.
So you go from this simple proposal to solve a local problem to a globe-spanning network. The web's origin is just this powerful lesson in open collaboration. And it absolutely set the stage for everything that was going to come next. Now, before we leave you with a final thought, we just want to mention that the information for this explainer was based on source material from the Infomax Computer Academy. And that kind of leaves us with this final question, doesn't it? The web was built with this very clear, very noble purpose: to share knowledge. When you look at the web today, with all of its incredible complexity, you have to ask, are we living up to that original mission? How are we, all of us, using this incredible power? Something to think about.